So I was doing beach cleaning and I see sargassum seaweed all the time, as well as dozens of pieces of plastic. So as part of cleaning up the beach, I decided to make sargassum seaweed into a bioplastic that can limit the amount of petroleum-based plastics we need. So I did 3 different stages of blending to create ground up sargassum, which looks like ground coffee beans, which I then used to make several different types of bioplastics. And I use this in comparison to petroleum-based plastics, rods, and I'm going to measure the amount of force needed to break one of these rods with this to see how functional bioplastics are in comparison to petroleum-based plastic. So first, I'm going to start by adding water and the crushed up sargassum to the pot to make boiling sargassum. Next, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to mix cornstarch and water in a Tupperware bin so it doesn't get clumpy in the mixture. Next, I'm going to pour this into the original solution of sargassum and water on the stove. And then I stir this for 15 minutes before it starts to solidify. Oh, that is changing fast. And now I'm gonna come over here and for this trial, I'm gonna add glycerin to increase flexibility in the plastic. Which is then gonna simmer in here with the rest of the solution. Cookie batter. It's like jello. Now we're going to take this into the garage and put it into a mold with a spackle knife. So I put batch 1 in here without glycerin and into this mold, and now I'm going to put the second batch, the glycerin batch, into here. And soon that'll dry and it'll become plastic. And once this is dry and creates a plastic rod, we're going to test it to see how durable, flexible, and how much weight it can hold. Okay, so over here we have some of our bioplastics from batch 1. These rods, so The downside to using so much water is that they become brittle and shrink, so we're going to test these and see if they can hold weight against these, which are melted down milk jugs, petroleum based. So we're going like these. So we're going to compare how much weight these can hold and how flexible they are to see if these are a viable replacement for petroleum based plastics or if they could be used for a different use. As a secondary idea, I spread the excess bioplastic, the sargassum plastic, out. This example is very dry and brittle and not very flexible, but this is also without glycerin. So I thought as maybe a secondary project in the future, I would test sheets instead of rods to see how it would compare to petroleum-based plastic as like meat packaging or plastic wrap for food packaging.